A city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile. The car. The symbol of freedom and vitality. Where every man can own his own home, and have room to breathe, and not be overlooked by his neighbors. A city where a man's home is his castle. A quarter acre of the dream made possible by victory. A city of opportunists. A city of dreams, where Hollywood will shape the thoughts and desires of the entire planet. A city of pioneers. A city of dreamers. A city of undercurrents, where not everything is as it seems. A 20th century city that will become a model for the world. A city that has no boundaries, that will stretch as far as the eye can see. In the Marine Corps, with the chain of command, mistakes get made, but you deal with them. You know what you're fighting for and that you're on the same team. But dealing with corruption is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the pad, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander. So who do you trust, Cole? I made up my mind a long time ago.
KGBL calling car 14 Adam. 14 Adam, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective, an ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial Street. Unit 16 William requests uniformed assistance for an evidence search. 14 Adam, code 2.
Roger, 14 Adam en route.
Assalamu alaikum und herzlich willkommen bei einem neuen Let's Play.
Here we go again. They don't request uniforms for an evidence search unless there's some kind of catch.
Ever the optimist.
From the beam of sunshine himself.
Momentan machen's mal so. Dialog vielleicht bisschen leise. Die Effekte auch ein bisschen leise. Und Musik machen wir mal auch ein bisschen leise. Ja? So. Also. Ja. Wir sind schon da. Ich konnte nicht mal reden. Ich konnte nicht mal reden über irgendwas.
Floyd Rose, homicide. You might back up?
Yes, sir. Phelps and Dunn, Wilshire Division.
We had a shooting took place down this alleyway. We have the Vic, Scooter Payton, a Negro male bagged up and on his way to Central Morgue. Witness says a tall white guy, our shooter, put 2 in the Vic's head and then threw his piece. I need you guys to try and recover the gat.
You want us to look anywhere in particular?
Give it your best shot, guys. The dead guy's a lowlife. I'm not expecting any miracles here.
And if we recover the weapon?
Bag it and return it to technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd. We
I'm
got
outta
places
here.
to be.
Happy hunting.
This is a fist hump. Just going through the motions.
Probably right. Let's just get it over and done.
All right, have it your way. We'll search right up to the back wall.
Okay, wir machen ein bisschen nochmal lauter. Ich mache es am besten bei mir ein bisschen leiser. So. Man muss kein Ich bleiben. Ja. Ich mach's mal kurz ein bisschen bei mir leise.
If you still don't come up with anything, come find me and we'll talk it out.
So.
Two heads are always better than one.
Also ich hab geschaut, ich wollte das Spiel so gerne spielen, ne? Weil ich war ein Fan davon, ich habe das mal auf der PS3 gespielt gehabt. Ich
Look
war
at
ein
this
großer
junk.
Fan von dem Spiel. Wirklich ein Riesenfan. Aber das Problem ist halt,
It's not my job to pick through other people's trash.
Remastered-Version, ne? Das Remastered-Version für die PS4. Und,
What have you got, Phelps? Anything?
die Lautstärke der Musik verändert sich, wenn, oder, ja, eigentlich weiß ich es schon ein bisschen, ne?
I tell you, I'm jinxed. I always
Wie
get
konnte
landed
man
with
nochmal
this crap.
Hinweise aufsammeln? Wie ging das nochmal?
Jesus. Cole, come take a look at this.
Wie konnte man Hinweise aufsammeln? Ich hab vergessen. Die sind überall Hinweise. Wie geht das nochmal?
We're never gonna find it. It's a waste of time.
Ja, ich höre das hier. Hier ist ein Signal, aber wie konnte man die nochmal aufsammeln? Wie ging das nochmal? Ich hab uns gedrückt.
Incidental.
Aber ja gut, das hat nichts mit dem Ding zu tun. Das bringt mir nichts. Das Spiel ist recht, warte mal. Optionen. Fotomodus. Das will ich kurz testen. Einen Moment, das muss ich kurz testen, wie es ist. Was ist denn? Wie öffne ich den Fotomodus?
Get moving, Ralph.
When I'm done.
Was ist das jetzt? Achso, okay. Na, egal. Ich wollte gerne nochmal, ich wollte eigentlich hier die Anzeige einmal gucken. Helligkeit, ein bisschen hoch. So vielleicht. Gucken wir. Was ist denn jetzt los? Ach, diese, jetzt hat alles auf schwarz-weiß eingestellt. Mann. Natürlich nicht. Nochmal kurz. Ein bisschen besser. So. Mit X war das, genau, stimmt. Nicht vergessen. Okay, wieder verstanden. Okay. Aber eigentlich auch insgesamt.
Dr. Fontaine, could I have a word?
Of course, young man.
I really enjoyed your lecture, Doctor. Psychiatry seems to have a tremendous amount to offer.
Why, thank you. I'm always happy to receive acknowledgement for my work. The mind is the last great mystery in medicine. Are you thinking of specializing, Mr.
Sheldon, or Courtney Sheldon. I'm only in second year, Doctor. They fast-tracked me a year because of my experience during the war.
Ah.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Battle fatigue and collapse under duress. Can it be helped?
I would say yes, given the right set of circumstances. Trauma forces the mind to close down, retreat in on itself. We try to find ways to unlock the mind again through a combination of therapy and drug treatment. Hypnosis and therapy are powerful tools in the right hands, Sheldon.
I've been to visit some of the guys at the VA hospital. A good friend of mine, he's so far away. It's like he's wandering
You
around.
went through a lot together.
Yes, Doctor.
Give me his details and I'll make a prognosis. I have a number of clinics in Los Angeles, Courtney Sheldon, and your penance, for your friend's help, is to come and work at one of them in your spare time, with what little spare time a medical student has. Is that a deal?
Is it ever? I can't thank you enough.
I'm not promising a cure, Courtney. I want you to remember that. Every physician has patients that he cannot hope to cure, for whom he can only smooth the path to death.
Da hat er recht, man kann einen Menschen nicht komplett heilen, man kann nur dann die Schmerzen lindern. Das braucht man jetzt aber nicht angucken, glaube ich. Gucken muss man, was man auch machen.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. Not much help.
Keine große Hilfe, sage ich auch. Okay. Jetzt nochmal zurückzugreifen, ich wollte ein Video aufnehmen, ne? Weil Videos sind für mich viel angenehmer als so ein Live-Ding. Weil ich bei Videos aber auch immer abbrechen. Entschuldigung. Genau deswegen. Ich kann bei Videos abbrechen. Und sagen, halt stopp, ich mach's mal morgen neu. Hier geht es nicht. Hier geht es nicht.
Nothing significant.
Meinst du, ist ja, weil, ja gut, ist nur Bösheit, ne? Ist nur ein Pinsel. Ja, die sind
Maybe.
auch überall.
No.
Nein, die sind auch überall. Die Dinger. Das ist am verdächtigsten momentan. Neuer Hinweis.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Hell of a way to go.
Doesn't really matter how you go once you're gone.
Don't get all deep on me, Phelps.
Ja.
Ralph, there's something on the rooftop.
How the hell did you see that?
A reflection in the window. Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
All right, don't hurt yourself.
Och, tun uns nicht weh, keine Angst. Ja, und halt, ich wollte unbedingt die Aufnahme starten. Da sind überall Bildverschneider.
The gun's up on the roof, right? So we need to find a way up.
Ich wollte unbedingt die Aufnahme starten, aber hat nicht funktioniert. Dann... Ja, dachte ich, komm. Wenn es nicht geht, dann muss ich eben mal kurz live gehen.
What kind of chumps do these homicide guys think we are?
Aber ich das schon durchscheiße. Dann müssen wir halt dieses Let's Play eben live Let's Playen und nicht in einem Video, aber passt ja. Das passt ja eigentlich.
How you doing, Cole? Found it yet?
Ja, dann regeln, dass ich halt nicht mehr jeden Tag dieses Let's Play hochladen kann. Hoppla. Hoppla. Alter!
Smith & Wesson, serial S71893. Two rounds fired, and instead of dropping it down a drain, our shooter hoists it up here. Interesting guy.
We should follow up on this now, before the perp tries to leave town.
Die Musik kennen wir auch, das heißt, bis zu Ende.
We have the gun, Cole. Let's take it back to Central. We could get a commendation.
Could show some initiative, Ralph, and see if we can come up with an owner.
That's a long shot, Cole.
It's a pretty fancy gun. You know a local gun store?
Sure. There's a place a couple of blocks from here.
Ja, gucken wir mal danach.
Are you sure about this? It's not really our gig.
No harm in doing some digging. The suits didn't seem to give much of a damn.
Such a little Boy Scout.
Moment.
You can't wait to get out of that uniform, can you?
You'd rather round up drunks than help old ladies across the road?
I'd rather get through the day without the captain's foot up my ass.
It'll be fine, Ralph. You worry too much.
Ah, jetzt geht's wieder. Bin ich am Dreieck. Wie ich immer mache, ist es nicht so schlimm. Okay, dann wir gehen jetzt mal Küche nach rechts. Ach krass. Aber wir sollen nicht dahin fahren, ne? Dann mal go. So, und ich dachte nur, komm, dann machen wir das Let's Play eben live. Wir machen das Let's Play, das Let's Play live. Nicht so. Geht los. Ich halt nur am Brechen, also ihr wisst ja ich mache immer mein Let's Plays immer so, ich nehme immer an einem Tag ein auf, eine Session. Das machen sehr viele YouTuber, weil es einfach entspannter ist. Vorbei. Ja, und ich werde es so machen, da dieses Let's Play live ist, werde ich jetzt halt erstmal jeden Tag dieses Spiel spielen. Aber dafür wissen, weil ich schon habe. Also momentan geht's, aber halt, ja, ich habe halt einmal immer online und einmal immer Distanz zu tun. Weil ich halt immer einmal online, einmal halt Distanz Office habe, also Online Office und einmal Distanz Office habe, ist halt immer so, dass ich jetzt in den Distanz Office, wo ich dann zu Hause bin, das riecht doch eine Scheiße, Alter, eigentlich. Ich werde jetzt erstmal die nächsten Tage von mir live bekommen. Ich wollte morgen.
Hey Cole, let's get moving.
Sein, ja, jetzt Maul. Und dann halt wie immer, dann einmal freitags, samstags und sonntags, ne? Am Wochenende, weil in der Woche habe ich jetzt nicht so viel Zeit, aber erst werden jetzt ein paar Sachen kommen. Und das ist nicht wenig, sondern es werden so ungefähr 4-5 Stunden sein, also seid gespannt. Okay.
Officers Phelps and Dunn. Can you tell us anything about this gun?
Smith & Wesson, Model 27, registered Magnum. Chambered for .357, nickel-plated with pearl grips. Same gun used by General Patton.
You're not suggesting he's the owner?
No, I'm not.
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino. These babies are only available special order. Here's my Smith & Wesson order book.
You mind if I take a look?
Be my guest. This is about something bad, right?
Model 27 with pearl grips, Cole. You see it on there?
Modell 25, 20, was meinst du da? Vergessen, Mama. Was meinst du nochmal? Ah, fuck. Modell 5, nee, 27.
We're in luck. Errol Schroeder, 203 South Glass Street. Ordered the gun in February 46. Thanks, you've been a big help.
Anytime. Always happy to help out the LAPD.
Ja, sagst du jetzt so. Aber hinter unserem roten schießt du mit.
Do we call it in?
Let's see if he's at home. Owning the gun doesn't prove he pulled the trigger.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. Lead the way, Gunga Din.
Mal los. Machen schön leise. Wir werden nicht abhauen. Ja, er soll nicht wegrennen. Ja, kaum. Und wegzurennen werden bestraft dann. Aber eigentlich von der Polizei wegzulaufen ist keine Strafe eigentlich.
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Just because we're in uniform doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One-of-a-kind murder weapon bought locally using a real name? If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. And 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of it.
You want me to keep tabs on the path of destruction you're creating? It might come in handy at your trial.
So, dann mal los. Oh, ich finde, jetzt nachts hört man jetzt nicht so reden drauf, aber es fällt schon ein bisschen was auf. Ein bisschen was ändert man drauf. Sonst aber auch nicht. So viel aber auch nicht. Aber wissen wir schon, ja, schon ein nettes. Die auf der PS3 kam. Merkt man schon, das ist ein bisschen auch nicht viel. So. Er wohnt da, ja? Schröders Apartment. Das ist ein Deutscher, Herr Schröder. So, auf Nummer
Schroeder,
2.
apartment 2.
Das ist 3. Das ist 2.
What do you guys want?
I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be. What of it?
Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered tonight with your gun.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this.
Jo.
You ready, tough guy? Huh?
Nix da. Mit mir ist nichts da. Aha. Ein guter Kämpfer.
Ralph, you all right?
I'm fine. I hardly felt it. He's lucky he caught me off guard.
Keep an eye on him, Ralph. I'm gonna take a look around.
Ich würde meine Mucke gerne aufheben. Danke. Dann untersuchen wir mal. Komm. So, einen Moment. Ich muss kurz reden. Okay.
List of names and a series of numbers. Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a commendation. Or stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner. And leave the book where you found it.
Officer Phelps, badge 1247, requesting.
You dumb fucking sons of bitches, get in this line now before I lose my temper.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but...
Excuse me? Fuck you. You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig.
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe. I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
Didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help. Can you believe this guy? Who are you two? Abbott and Costello?
We're here for OCS, Sergeant.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps.
Kelso.
Merrill.
Any other gentlemen for OCS? OCS is at Elliott. You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
Well, you picked the right place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You'd heard the stories, but you weren't interested. You were here to fight the good fight, solve cases, right wrongs. But the force is like politics. There's no sitting on the fence. You have to choose sides. A brown paper envelope, or a Greyhound ticket to Palookaville. It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings and Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit to handle identified, code 3.
We'll take that. It's only a couple blocks from
14
here.
Adam calling KGPL. We'll handle the 211.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Roger, KGPL. 14 Adam en route.
Ja, Mann. Unser Einsatz. Wo wir kämpfen können. Das mag ich. Ja. Ich kann grad nichts sagen, Alter. Oops.
A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water.
Danke. Wir vergessen es, ja? Hier. Es geht ja weiter. So. Ja, mal, wir haben einen Einsatz, wo er kämpft und schießen kann. Juhu, wuhu.
Make it quick, you guys. The cops are here. We gotta move it.
Hier einmal.
Weapons on the ground.
Okay.
Drive for the front door. Keep your goddamn head down. Use the cover, Phelps. We don't know how many are in there. Take it slow. Backup will be here soon.
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance to
copper. Coming closer.
kill a cop, and it's the electric chair.
Oh,
That's it? We got them all? I think we got them, Cole. Should be all clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end up dead or wearing a citation. So I guess...
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there. I'm glad you had my back. Man couldn't ask for a better partner. This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank. I have to grasp it.
You have to survive it first, Cole. You're the veterans. The Japs love to shoot officers.
If I can make a name for myself in this war, my future...
Thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed? You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
They talk about officers like you in boot camp, Cole. They call it the Custer syndrome. Guys who go around dreaming of fame and glory and getting all of their men killed in the process.
Our duty is to lead, Kelso.
And their duty is to die for your wonderful future?
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. And in my case, you can add the war to that.
I know that bum. Wendell Bowers. I put him away before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Wendell Bowers! Stop! LAPD!
Oh Gott, screw yourself. I'm machen.
Why you?
Komm her, mein Lieber.
He's hiding in the
Ist der Marsch. Right, Paul. Entspann dich.
Bowers! Hold it right there!
Stop now or I will shoot. I won't tell you again, Wendell. You don't want to do this, Wendell.
Jesus, Dunn! Watch your fire!
Get down from there right now.
Stay the
Give it up,
hell away
Wendell.
from me.
Bleib hier. Du sollst mir, mein Lieber, mit deinem roten
There's no way I'm
Höschen.
going back inside.
Deine Hose ist meins.
I've done my time.
Gib mir deine Hose ist meins.
You assholes
It's over,
already
Bowers.
screwed me once.
Give it up, Bowers! There's nowhere left to go!
Aua.
Looks like we've got the place to ourselves.
So. Das ist der Boxen-Champion auch mit dabei. Pam, pam. So geht das.
How you doing, Wendell? Your parole officer's feeling lonely. He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time.
Okay.
Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
Nice These guys knew good me.
Part of the tradition of the Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed. These ratings and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine officer. Candidate Phelps, you have the floor. Esprit de Corps, Merrill, 10. Franklin, 8. Weiss, 8. Donahoe, 6. Kowalski, 6. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 2. Leadership, Donahoe, 8. Franklin, 7. Merrill, 6. Kowalski, 6. Weiss, 5. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 1. Candidate Kelso.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in this schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office, now!
For every cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solve that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, the get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one, Cole.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Okay, stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the crowd on. You better see what you can find out before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment. Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
Broad daylight. A crowded street. Now I've seen everything.
Flasche grob ist noch gegen meinen Kopf. Es ist nicht viel, wenn ein Blut ausgespuckt, mir auch nicht. Das ist das zweite Mal. Am Arm. Da hat er auch nichts, okay. 2 Schüsse in den Bauch, also einen Brustschuss und einen Bauchschuss. 2 Stück. Das sieht man auf jeden Fall. Und dann gucken wir mal kurz hier in den Bauchbereich. Okay. Steuer 52, Gesamt 52 Dollar. Also er hat hier oben, das ist ein das ist ein Bankdingens.
All right. Yes, it's a dead person.
50 Dollar hat der. Komm, glaube ich. Okay. Ja, guck, Ratenzahlung.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
Ja. Ja, sonst... Ah, weil das... Nee. Andere Seite ist auch noch was. Nee, doch nicht, okay. Dann ist das zu Ende. Wir schauen uns mal ein bisschen um.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here.
I'm trying to imagine you with a personality.
Okay, hier ist nicht mehr viel. Was blinken die ganze Zeit? Ah, okay.
Shell casings. These look like 32s.
This guy in the crowd thinks he saw something, Cole. You better take a statement. Don't you people have anything better to do?
Zwei getroffen. Okay, Musik ist vorbei. Soll mit irgendjemandem reden?
Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
Speak to the witness before homicide arrives, Phelps. If you think she's lying, don't be afraid to get forceful. Verbally, of course. And don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit. And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
Okay, okay, mach ich. Also... Ja, guck ich hin.
Can I help you, sir?
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss. Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
Do you think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
Naja, ich denke mal, sie ist schon eine Süchte. Ich denke schon, die erzählt die Geschichte bei Hallo. Wobei, sie schaut schon ganz komisch, schaut die. Wobei der andere meinte, auch, sie wäre drin. Also ich glaube nicht die Beschuldigten. Eigentlich ist es eine normale Geschichte, aber sie schaut halt so komisch, weißt du?
You're lying, Miss Galetta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
Geraten Zahlungsdienst auch dabei, ne?
Your pearl earrings, Miss Scaletta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh, God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar Kalu. He runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang. And another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his knees. It looked very painful.
Ja, glaube ich, ne? Das tut mir schon weh, wenn man so eine Kugel im Rücken hat.
Which jewelry store?
Hartfield's. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
Oben wird mir nicht böse drauf angezeigt, aber eigentlich hat der Wahrheit gesagt, das ist doch irgendwie so passiert. Also die Waffen waren im Müll immer. Aber wenn die meinen...
You're making me angry, Miss Scaletta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
How many shots did you hear, Miss Scaletta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
Ja, und draußen waren ich 5, aber egal. Ja, ist gut. Ich glaub dir.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Scaletta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang. And then another, and then 3 very quickly, close together. 5.
Thank you for your help, ma'am. You've been very brave. We'll need you to make a formal statement about what happened to Mr. Gage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
Ja. 3 Schüsse wäre gelogen, also das wäre gelogen, weil ich habe 5 gezählt, 5 Schüsse. Da schon mal mit man reden, die hier ist nicht, ne? Die sind ehrlich.
We have the murder weapon.
And the murderer. The girl saw it all. Our killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield's.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
Dann mal ab geht's, hä? Würde ich sagen. Gucken wir mal, was das für ein Tatort ist. Wo will? Wobei, nee. Ich würde nur zum Waffendings gehen. Zum Waffenmunitionsverkauf. Da nochmal gucken. Vielleicht finden wir da noch mal ein paar Hinweise und...
Watch it!
Ja. Hinweise und... Hinweise und, ja. In den Ort des I'm just gonna follow me. I like the film.
56 guy. 56 at this time.
Officer, what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Kalu. Edgar Kalu was his name. Thing looked like he'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
You know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help.
Gracias. Dann würden wir nochmal zu seinem Haus fahren.
Officer, can I interest you in a new watch?
Officer Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Son of a bitch!
Hey.
Go, Cole, go!
Komm her.
Kalu, get back here!
Du warst das, ich weiß das.
Meg, we're running.
Scheiß Mörder. Ich weiß, dass du es warst. Du hast jeden umgebracht hier, du Arsch. Ja, die Ausdauer ist leer, ne?
Too late, Kalu!
Die Ausdauer ist leer, meine aber nicht.
My wife is so dumb. She stared at orange juice for hours. Fucked up, take concentrate.
Meine ist aber nicht leer. Komm schon. Komm her.
Don't make it worse, Kalu!
Mann, der ist schnell. Ah, okay.
Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
The case that makes you and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve. The one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, boyo, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Ich guck mein Bestes.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
So, Streit mit Gage.
You followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Also, ich glaube, du bist am Lügen, ne?
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
Ja doch. Ich kann das hier vielleicht.
You got nothing, boy chick. You're gonna be laughed right out of court. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're done. Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
You disappoint me, Cole Phelps. Get back in there and raise some lunch, boy! I need a confession!
Ich muss ein bisschen mehr lesen.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. You followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Na doch, ich hab gesehen. Das ist ja eine Lüge.
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
Doch, Moment. Hallo, ich möchte das.
We know all about the argument. Miss Galetta made a statement.
You're counting on the girl? You think her testimony is going to stand up in court?
You're going to the gas chamber, Edgar.
That Jew-hating fuck couldn't leave me alone. I had a sale. That girl was ready to buy.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Haben wir was, Ihnen das zu sagen? Ich weiß es gerade echt nicht. Das ist ein bisschen scheiße gerade. Haben wir eine Beschuldigung? Haben wir eine Beschuldigung, ihm das vorzuwerfen, dass er ein böser Kopf?
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stup Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just Officer Phelps, isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, boyo. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing them.
Ja. Das war's schon, ne? Mit dem Officerleben. Ja. Mal gucken, wie es weitergeht. Der Fahrsitz.
Here's your new desk, kid. You're on traffic. The hot sheet is posted here, next to the map.
What's his problem?
That's Biggs. He's an institution.
So this is what all the fuss is about. Why couldn't they build a freeway that goes past my place?
They haven't even approved the money yet, kid. The bond issue won't be till December. It'll be years before any of this will happen. Here's your new partner, Stefan Burkowski.
I've heard all about you, Phelps. You go easy on me and let me earn the odd citation, and maybe we'll get along fine.
I'm here to learn, Detective.
Oh, he's an intense one, isn't he, Mel?
Who's intense?
The newly minted detective here, Cole Phelps.
Hi, Phelps. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I could spend a little time basking in reflected glory. Make a change from busting hookers and dope fiends.
Who was that, Commander?
Roy Earl, chief detective and advice.
Do they all dress like movie stars?
Well, Roy is a movie star. And the whole of the seedy side of L.A. is his audience.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stick with me, kid. You'll find out.
And now some housekeeping. Warm Central Division welcome for Detective Cole Phelps. Some of you guys may know Phelps. He's the cop who broke the jewelry store murder. Stand up and take a bow, Phelps.
If it's all right with you,
That's
sir.
That's an order, Phelps.
Shh, quiet, everybody.
Phelps is one of only 2 serving LAPD officers who received the Silver Star during the war. Really gave it those lousy Japanese, eh, Phelps?
I did my best, Captain.
Why are you war heroes always so modest? I've partnered Phelps with everybody's favorite Pole, Stefan Burkowski.
Hope you like work, kid. Bukowski sure as hell doesn't.
Well, that's why we have partners, right?
Okay, can it, guys. Stick with Burkowski. He's a good cop. He knows traffic inside and out. I'm going to start you out with 1 case. You do okay, I'll give you a couple more. You screw up, you'll be rousting vagrants and running license plates. Now get down to the PE Freight Depot, 6th and Alameda. A patrolman called in a suspicious vehicle. Signs of foul play. See what you can find out.
Come on, Phelps.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn.
I just wish you'd hurry up and propose it.
They really pushed you through quick, didn't they? 6 years on patrol before I got this desk. You were here in 5 minutes.
What do you want me to say? I didn't ask for any favors.
Olive oil comes from olive.
That's the guy.
You know this place?
He's an honest cop.
Sure. Near the old gasworks and Signo Depot in the warehouse district.
I'll direct.
11-49, did you include 11-49?
Ich muss kurz was erledigen, dann bin ich wieder hier. Ja. Gib mir so ungefähr 3 Minuten, dann bin ich wieder sofort da. In 3 Minuten bin ich wieder sofort da. Bis gleich. So. Okay, es geht mir weiter. Okay. Dann einmal dahin fahren.
All units, a 459 just occurred at 6th and Saris.
So, tell me a little about yourself, Phelps. Are we friends now, Bukowski? We have to work together. Don't be so touchy. I grew up in San Francisco. My father was in shipping. Went to college at Stanford. Did 2 years ROTC before Marine OCS at Camp Elliott. Shipped out in early '45 as a first lieutenant and fought in the Okinawa campaign. I was wounded, shipped back home. Did a year on the beat. Now I'm here. So you won the Silver Star. I don't want to talk about it. Now let me get this straight. You single-handedly killed 40 Japs on this hill in Okinawa. No. You were up there all night. Draped.
Take it easy.
You were up there all night. Draped in the flag. Knife between...
All units, a 459 just occurred at 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2, identify.
11 King, go ahead, KGPL.
11K, a 459 suspect just left.
Good und ending.
Up on the roof, officer. He has a mask on his face. I caught sight when he shoved past me, but be careful. I saw him waving a gun.
Kein Problem. Okay, ich fuck.
Give it up now! Make it easy on yourself!
Get the hell away from me!
Du gehörst mir. Du gehörst mir. Ah, hier zu schießen ist keine gute Idee.
Hurry, you can still catch him.
Hier zu schießen ist keine gute Idee. Da.
Is somebody going to tell us what the hell is going on?
Darf man nicht schießen, glaube ich. Aber den kriegen wir schon. Kein Ding. Den kriegen wir.
Now, are we gonna make a bargain or what?
Put the weapon down, now!
Wir können gerne fahren. Ups. Ja, aber es ist ja wirklich... Okay, von neu.
All units, a 459 just occurred at 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2, identify.
Oh, I knew I should have driven.
So. Nochmal von neu.
Up on the roof, officer. He has a mask on his face. I caught sight when he shoved past me, but be careful. I saw him waving a gun.
Ich will gerne... Nee, egal.
Give it up now! Make it easy on yourself!
Get the hell away from me!
Okay, weiter. Wir kommen mit...
Hurry, you can still catch him.
Ja, kein Problem, gehört uns. Der gehört uns. Macht euch keinen Stress, den schaffen wir.
Is somebody going to tell us what the hell is going on?
Hä? So. So einfach. Perfekt. Geht doch. Bada boom, bada bang. Okay. 2 von...
I'm at a loss.
The PE Freight Depot, Phelps. Let's roll.
So. Da wären wir auch. In den Bahn.
That you, Bukowski? Go on through. Parking lot straight ahead.
I need to get back to work, officer.
The detectives are here now. You repeat to them what you told me.
I did the right thing by calling this in. I'm just a working stick.
Just give them your story and you'll be all right.
This is your first case, Phelps. It's okay to admit it if you're stumped. If you don't know what to do next, just come talk to me and we'll see what we can figure out.
Thanks, Stefan. You're okay.
Okay. Haben wir jetzt gerade eben schon gesehen. Mal wissen, nicht noch.
I'm Officer Hart.
Phelps, traffic. What have you got?
Abandoned car, probably stolen. The solid citizen is Nate Wilkie. He called it in.
What gives with the coroner?
There's blood all over the interior. Someone's copped a full Broderick, but no stiff as yet.
We have an owner for the car?
The car is registered to an Adrian Black, just north of Bunker Hill.
All right. We'll take a look around.
I'll keep Mr. Wilkie talking, but don't make him wait too long. He's the restless type.
Ja. Ja, wir reden
Nice day for it.
Sagt...
How long you gonna keep me here, sir?
Nee, warte mal. Kofferraum ist das, ne?
Hey, Flatfoot, you're looking to get rid of that old crate? I'll give you a nickel for it.
Das ist Tatwaffe.
The brand name might give us something to go on.
Okay.
How's the world looking?
Vorne ist eine Tasche. Grandma. Hab ich gesehen? Ist sonst noch was irgendwas hier? Hier nicht. Da auch nicht. Hier ist was. Dann gucken wir mal eben kurz. Führerschein, Rebell. Downtown. Weiß männlich, 42 so, okay.
32 years old, married. Sounds like an average guy. What was he doing out here?
Ja, das ist eine gute Frage, was er gemacht hat. Das ist er anscheinend.
Happier times, I guess.
Die Frau schaut mir ein bisschen psychohaft aus. Aber okay.
Stenzel glasses. Home repaired by the look of it.
Okay. Dann gucken wir uns das Auto mal an. Das ist so alles ekelhaft.
Victim looks to have lost a lot of blood.
Aber es ist wirklich ein bisschen sehr viel Blut für ein Mensch. Also ein Mensch kann niemals so viel Blut verlieren. Das ist nie möglich. Das wäre auch nie möglich. Das kann wirklich kein Mord sein. Das ist echt kein Menschenblut oder so. Weiter in den Alkohol.
Doesn't look like anything.
Ja, Schraubenschlüssel. Ist immer noch ein Krieg, glaube ich. Schlachthof. Oh, dort schon. Schlachtschwein.
Mr. F. Morgan picked up a live pig yesterday?
Das wäre vielleicht möglich, dass es ein Schwein könnte. Weil ein Mensch niemals. Ein Mensch hat nie Blut für Blut verloren. Das geht nicht. Ich rede mit einem Gerichtsmediziner.
Doc, Detective Phelps, what have we got?
A lot of blood for a blunt force injury. The victim must be in a very bad way.
Any sign of the guy?
Not unless he's in the trunk of the car.
Ja, das kennen wir schon.
Sir, I'm Detective Phelps.
Name's Nate Wilkie.
You found the vehicle?
Sure. Saw it just sitting there. Strange place to be parking your car. Figured I'd better take a look. And then I saw all the blood. So I called the police.
Grund seiner Anwesenheit. Was?
Mind if I ask what you were doing out here?
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch and reckoned I'd take a shortcut.
Did you see anybody else in the yard? Maybe somebody hanging around the car?
Nope. I hadn't seen a soul all day till you boys turned up.
Wissen über Adrian Black.
Do you know Adrian Black, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. That ain't a name I'm familiar with.
You ever seen the car before?
Funny enough, I did. A couple of nights ago, it was over there in the parking lot. I know most of the cars are parked here regular, so it kind of stood out.
We found a steel pipe with blood on it near the car. Do you know anything about it, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood.
When you saw the blood, was it wet, bright red, or darker like it is now?
Darker, I'd say. Looked dry already.
The wallet by the car. Was there anything in it when you arrived?
You accusing me of something, mister?
Do you want the patrolman to hold you down while we turn out your pockets, Mr. Wilkie?
Maybe I checked inside that wallet. Not that I was gonna steal anything. Maybe I took a look. But there weren't no money in there. Not even change.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Wilkie. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you.
If you have to, I guess. I can't really spend no more time over this.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps. If you're done here, we'll head over there now.
Okay. Schlachthof. Na, Menschen, du kannst wirklich nicht sein, ne? Dann kann man noch vielleicht mit einem Typen da reden, mit einem... Nee, ne? Okay. Aber es könnte wirklich ein Schlachthof sein, also das denke ich schon. Dass es ein Schwein konnte, dass es ein Schwein sein konnte, wäre auch vielleicht möglich, wäre auch realistisch. Weil der Mensch so für Menschen ein bisschen... Okay. Okay.
620 Bunker Hill Avenue. You know where that is?
Behind Bunker Hill. A couple blocks north of Central Station.
So, what do we tell the wife?
We play it by the book. There's no stiff yet, so let's see how it plays out.
All units, officers help. Major 415, 1624 West 3rd Street, 1624 West 3rd Street. Any unit to handle code 3 identify.
Could be a car theft gone wrong. Make Black drive somewhere lonely, then give him a tap.
But why leave the car?
Well, obviously, someone got a little heavy-handed.
It's the wrong way around.
Well, how so, genius?
Where is Adrian? If you've gone to all the trouble to steal the car and it goes wrong, you leave the body behind, not the car.
You got something there, Phelps. It doesn't add up. You read about the guy on the crossing yesterday?
No, what happened?
Over on Lincoln Avenue. This guy's driving along and his oil light comes on. He stops the car and gets out. He pops the hood and...
He's on a rail crossing.
Oh, you got it. He's got his head under there checking the oil, and the Southern Pacific Freight slams into his car doing 90 miles an hour. The car came to a rest more than a mile down the track.
What a pointless waste of life.
You'll get plenty of blood and guts and mindless stupidity working traffic, Phelps. I mean, who needs a Second Amendment when we'll give a goddamn fool the license to get behind the wheel of an automobile?
If it's a kidnapping, why leave the victim's ID? If it's a murder, why leave the car? The evidence doesn't add up.
Free lesson, Phelps. Evidence will only get you so far. You ask me, the whole thing feels hinky as hell.
What I wouldn't give to have your powers of intuition, Mikowski.
Don't worry, kid. Keep watching the master and you'll get there one day.
Oh, shoot. Schön das Haus. Kann man nicht mehr sehen lassen.
Let's go introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Just a minute.
LAPD, Mrs. Black. May we come in? We have some bad news, and we'd rather discuss this in private.
I'm Margaret Black. We can discuss this in the living room. Please come in.
Your husband drives a blue Lincoln, Mrs. Black?
That's correct.
The car has been found abandoned, and I'm afraid there are signs of foul play.
I knew something was wrong when he didn't come home.
We believe your husband may be injured. We found a pipe on the scene with blood on it.
Oh, no! My poor Adrian!
Does the name Insta-Heat mean anything to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. We've just had a new water heater installed.
Whereabouts, Mrs. Black?
Just outside the kitchen window, at the side of the house.
I'd like you to try and stay calm and remember everything that you can about last night. My partner and I are going to take a look around. When you're ready, we're going to have some more questions for you. Is that okay?
Of course, officer. Anything to help secure my husband's safety.
Well, let's check the place out.
Okay.
Come on. Have a good look around. There's got to be something in here to go on.
Ich beginne mal hier.
Kavanaugh's. So who brought this home?
Maybe Adrian was a patron. R&I should have an address.
Perfekt. Noch eine Zeitung. Können wir das anfangen? Ja.
Lie down. Make yourself comfortable. So, you're a friend of Courtney's?
Yes, Doctor.
He seems very concerned about you.
I have these visions. These blinding visions. I can't get them out of my head. My skull, it feels like it's in a vice.
I'm going to give you something to calm your nerves. I want to take you on a journey back. I want you to remember the good things about your past. Occasions that made you laugh. Times that made you smile.
Der Arzt scheint mir ein bisschen skurril. Grob auch ein bisschen. Grob der Arzt. So, mal eine Küche angucken. Dann schauen wir uns die Küche mal an. Hier ist was. Institut. Okay. Das ja.
This was only recently installed, not 2 days ago.
Maybe it's time we took a look around outside.
Ja. Warte mal. Okay. Ja. Kann ich nicht rein? Hier kann ich mal rein. Ah, hier ist was. Ein Flugticket.
A used ticket to Seattle and a suitcase gone missing. Someone couldn't wait to get out of this house.
Ein Flugticket, aber wohin wollte er? Auch kein Grund aufzuhauen oder.
This must be Adrian's. Stencil. So the glasses are a match.
Okay. Also ist ihm doch was zugestoßen. Ja.
To my Adrian. This thing gets more and more interesting.
Wollte da jemand verschwinden und hat einen Tod vorgetäuscht? Oder wurde der Typ wirklich umgebracht? Oder wurde wirklich einfach nur ein Schwein umgebracht? Und es gibt zwei Gründe jetzt. Entweder haben die ein Schwein genommen und haben das Blut vom Schwein dazu genutzt, so zu tun, als wäre er abgehauen. Also, man kann sagen, dass sie das so gemacht haben, dass sie von einem Schwein das Blut so genommen haben, als wäre es sein Blut und einen Tod vorgetäuscht haben. Oder der Typ ist wirklich drauf gegangen. Eins von beiden.
Separate bedrooms, separate pictures. What gives here?
Das ist hier gezogen, ja. Die sind getrennt irgendwie, die beiden. Okay, dann gucken wir mal in den Garten. Okay, rechts können wir anscheinend nicht. Das ist deren Garten, ne? Ist ein schickes Haus, muss ich echt sagen. Also, gibt es nichts dran vorzuwerfen. grünes Haus. Okay, wo ist denn das jetzt? Ja, wo ist denn dieses Ding? Ja. Hier ist was.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Ja, hast du was falsch. Hier. Da. Da irgendwie.
No use leaving the thing half finished.
So. So. So.
That can't be right.
Ja. So. Und das da fehlt.
So the pipe missing from Mr. Black's heater is the same one that killed him. Huh. Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home.
Okay. Der Täter geht hier ein aus. Der Mr. Black wohnt hier. Vielleicht wurde sein Tod wirklich vorgetäuscht. Und er wollte einfach nur abhauen. Oder er wurde wirklich umgebracht. Eins von beiden. Wo ist denn das Telefon? Bitte, wo ist denn das Telefon? Ich würde mir gerne mal telefonieren. Hier.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thanks.
Perfekt.
I'm all right now, detectives.
Reden wir mal. Schlachthof.
We found a receipt in the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig. This receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's plant. A very shady character. I've told Adrian he needs to keep his distance from the staff. They're always out drinking together.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there.
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
Das steht okay. Aufenthaltsort von Adrian Black.
Did your husband tell you where he was going last night?
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a drink.
But you knew where he was really going because you told him to meet you at the rail yards. That's where you jumped him. How did you hide the body?
You have an overly active imagination, young man. Do you have any proof of that allegation?
Anzweifeln. Aber, warte mal.
My husband is missing. You say he may be hurt, and the best you can do is berate me? You're a poor example of a man.
Sorry.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
Go on.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away. He tried to repair them with tape. They look terrible.
Was? Foto unterschrieben mit Nicole.
Tell us about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
What is there to tell? It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
What was the purpose of Adrian's trip to Seattle, Mrs. Black?
He was meeting with some distributors. Adrian said that it was important to make contact interstate if he was going to grow his business.
Okay. Alibi.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Haben wir da etwas?
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well, no. I was here alone. I cooked Adrian's dinner and waited, but he never came home.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, Detective.
Witness antreffen sollen. Naja, was soll's. Ja, dieses Lesen ist ein bisschen schwierig. Es geht immer so schnell zu Ende und das alles im Kopf zu behalten, ist auch ein bisschen schwierig. Aber ich schaffe mich schon. Das sind unsere ersten paar Stunden, die wir hier spielen. Wir kommen auch schon rein. Out zur Bar.
Jesus, I'm glad to be out of there.
Mr. and Mrs. Black don't seem to have the happiest home life.
He's too scared to divorce her, and she's too much of a shrinking violet to throw him out. If this hadn't happened, they could have stayed miserable together forever.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't seem the type, but stranger things have happened.
Hey, I know you.
No, you don't.
You looking for someone?
You know Frank Morgan?
Sure. Frank's a regular. He's a loner in the back.
Something funny about the clam chowder.
He's dull as dishwater.
Frank Morgan?
But I'm not with him.
Who's asking?
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of Adrian Black.
Yeah, I know.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough break.
Verbindung zum verlassenen Fahrzeug.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight depot, covered in blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that. I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk-off, Phelps.
You're lying, Morgan. You were there.
And you're talking out your ass, detective. How about you prove I was out at that rail yard?
Ich weiß es nicht. Echt. Ich mach wieder alles falsch.
You can't have a quiet drink on his own anymore.
Aha. Na, fuck, Alter. Ich kann mal zurückdrehen.
When did you last see Adrian?
Hell, I don't know. I had plenty to drink last night. Things are a little sketchy.
Come on, Morgan. It was only last night. You must remember something.
Look, we might have had a drink. We have a drink most nights after work.
This doesn't add up, Morgan. Your excuses don't help. Let's see how you enjoy the LAPD taking an interest in your life.
You want my opinion? We tail Morgan. I say he's lying, and whatever hole he's got Adrian stashed in, he's got to go back there sometime.
Wir müssen... Ja, bei mir ist nur, ich überlege halt nicht immer. Ich mache nur alles, was gut
He sure left his drink in a hurry.
ist. Ich überlege fast nicht. Ich tue einfach mal. Ich muss lernen...
I bet he wishes he'd rehearsed that story better now.
Officer needs help, 103 NV.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off.
Das Spiel ist eigentlich gut, mal eigentlich auf alles achten lassen.
That ought to do it. Now get back in close.
Where are you taking us, Mr. Morgan?
Continue the response. Well, let's check the place out. Come on. Day one of the big time, and you're already tailing drunks home from bars. You having fun yet? I told you it was non-stop glamour working traffic, didn't I?
I'm just trying to learn.
Oh, come on, Phelps. Save the creepy teacher's pet stuff for Leary. It won't work on me.
Morgen, zweite.
Apartment 2.
All right. Let's pay our friend a visit. See if he's missed us yet.
Apartment 1 bis 4. Was gibt es hier? 1. 2. Hier.
Who the hell is that? Will you relax? Jesus, Adrian, I told you, we're in the clear. I'll get it. Ah, shit. It's over, Morgan. Mr. Black? LAPD, give yourself up now!
I knew it! Phelps, go after him. I'll try and head him off in the car. Remember, the gun is the last resort.
There's no point running, Adrian.
Komm her.
Mr. Black, get back here right now.
Hat vorgetäuscht.
It's over, Adrian. Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama?
I thought it would be easier.
No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for conspiracy and fraud. We'll see what the DA has to say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house. I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bukowski here, you could go a long way in this department.
Na, das war jetzt nicht so schön. Mir hat das nicht gefallen. Ja, guck, 12 von 8 richtig. Na, Mann. Ja, das muss ich abdrücken. Das ist echt ein bisschen schwierig.
Okay, we're gonna keep this short. I'm already late for the DA. First up, Phelps, Bukowski. We got a report of a brand new Packard abandoned in an empty lot off 2nd Street between Olive and Grand. DR is one Oswald Jacobs says the vehicle was dumped in his backyard. There's a patrolman on site. Get down there and see what you can turn up. Any questions? Good. Get going.
Better go earn our pathetic wages.
Rimsky, O'Halloran. Intelligence has information on a stolen car racket.
An abandoned vehicle. We catch all the good ones, huh, Phelps?
Sounds like there's more to it than that. Nobody dumps a shiny new Packard unless they borrowed it without asking.
You don't say. You're on fire today, Einstein.
Very funny.
Come on, my intense protege. Let's go save the world.
Jesus Christ! Are you asleep over there or what?
You hear about Adrian? Broad in Seattle threw him out. Wife says she's gonna take him back.
Women generally show more compassion.
What are you talking about? Adrian dumped on her. He was humping the secretary. Margaret should show some pride.
Pride comes before a fall, Bukowski. Talking from experience. Phelps, traffic.
I'm Officer Houlihan. Car's down the alleyway, detectives.
We got a call about an abandoned vehicle?
Yes, sir. The car has flags. Might be some kind of diplomatic vehicle.
Has anyone touched this vehicle since you arrived?
No. And that Jacobs bird over there was on station before I got here.
We'll talk with him in a moment. Give us some time to look the place over.
Sure, take your time. He's a sore-headed old son of a bitch anyway.
Okay, wir werden versuchen, es diesen Fall ordentlich zu machen. Also, ja, bei den Fragen.
Probably nothing.
So what's going on over there?
Ist nur der Wagen hier. Mehr auch nicht, ne? Oder? Ich weiß gar nicht. Aber ich denke nicht, dass nur der Wagen hier ist. Das schätze ich jetzt nicht so. Da ist noch was.
Combination wrench. Must have used it to remove the wheel lugs.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Okay. Basic. Aber ich kann... Aber ich denke, hier wird auch Dings gespielt, Baseball gespielt, weil hier ist schon Baseball-Dings. Okay, wir gucken erstmal hier. Da fehlt ein Rad.
Stealing the wheels is for amateurs. Car ring would have stripped it in a warehouse.
Okay. Gucken wir kurz hier. Mein Shit ist auch...
We'll have to use the registration to trace the owner.
Mein Shit ist auch weg, fuck.
They must have taken the flag as a souvenir. Can't have any street value. It's owned by the Argentinian embassy.
Okay, wo ist denn?
We better see what this Jacobs guy has to say. The car was dumped in his backyard after all.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Could you run the name Dewey Brothers? Possibly a dealership or car mechanic's workshop.
One moment. Dewey Brothers Packard Dealership, 629 Figueroa Street.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Okay.
It's a stolen car, not the Lindbergh baby. What more do you need to know?
Muss ich schon irgendwo noch reden, der hier noch ist? Mit dir oder so, mit dem hier?
Oswald Jacobs?
That's right.
What exactly happened here, Mr. Jacobs?
Last night, I was looking out of my window. I like to keep an eye on what's going on.
I can understand that.
You see this empty lot? Damn kids play stickball here. Always breaking my windows. Always asking for their ball back.
Can we get back to the car, Mr. Jacobs?
Don't be impatient, Sonny. Anyways, last night I see this brand spanking new Packard up on bricks.
Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
Can you tell us what they were doing?
Using the headlights of an old Ford so they could strip the thing. I yelled out to them, "I'll call the cops." So they loaded up their car and drove off, tooting and hollering and yelling obscenities at me in Mexican.
You speak Spanish, sir?
No, I do not.
After the Mexicans left, you didn't go anywhere near the car?
After I scared them off? No, I didn't go anywhere near that car.
Can you describe the men?
Like I said, they were beaners.
Tell me about the car they were driving.
It was an old Ford. I didn't catch the license number.
You look like the kind of guy who notices details.
You're right there. The car was old, but it looked brand new. Candy apple red paint job stands out a mile.
What exactly did you see them take?
They was working on the tires. That's all that was took.
Why did you take the license plate?
Me? Well, what'd I do with license plates? You saying I have them?
Ich meine, der meinte, der hat nur ein Rad mitgenommen. Da fehlt aber noch ein... Da fehlt aber noch was.
Hey, I pay my taxes, so do some goddamn work. Scratching around in that book won't prove nothing. You should show me some respect.
That's enough for now. Remember, Jacob, it's an offense to obstruct a criminal investigation. Let's hope you've given us everything.
Jacobs dumped the book he was reading in a hurry when we walked up. You curious what he didn't want us to see?
Kennzeichen fehlt bereit da. Ich verarschen oder so, Alter. Oh, mach mich alle verrückt.
We've got a siren for a reason, you know.
This has got to be the 50th abandoned vehicle call we have caught this year. One more, and I'm going to go crazy.
Not your favorite cases?
You kidding me? This is barely even police work. Of all the bad guys in this city, we get lumped with the ones who can't even be bothered to keep what they steal.
All units, officers help. Major 415, 1624 West 3rd Street, 1624 West 3rd Street. Any unit to handle code 3, identify.
gucken wir mal hier nach.
Don't tell me, let me guess. You were making your way past the lot, caught sight of the new model 4-door, and couldn't help yourself. You could see yourself in that car and just had to take a closer look. Well, I can't say as I blame you.
LAPD, Mac. We'd like to speak with the owner.
That's me, William Dewey, proprietor, at your service.
We're investigating the theft of a Packard belonging to the Argentine embassy. Are you missing a combination wrench?
I don't know, Detective, but I know how we can find out. Follow me. We keep all our tools in here.
Mind if we look around?
Be my guest. You sure you guys aren't interested in a new car? Huh? Maybe a used car. I have some nice used cars for guys in your wage bracket.
Why don't you give us some alone time, Dewey? Go sell some cars or whatever it is that you do here.
That's not right.
9. Hier. Ja, aber ist es schon selbst erkennt. Der ist auch ein rotes.
One left.
Gabriel Delgado is missing a 3/4.
Den haben wir gefunden. Kann man hier noch was
This isn't what we're looking for.
Okay. Hier ist ein... Aha.
Not sure this means much.
Wie, das ist nicht wichtig.
Junk.
No good. We need diplomatic plates.
Okay.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. Where can we find Delgado?
I don't know. He sure as hell isn't here.
Schraubenschlüssel, der läuft, du weißt doch, wo der ist. Fehlendes Rad, fehlende Nummernschilder, fehlende Flagge, Fahrzeugschein, weiter fort.
You're lying. You've got him holed up somewhere.
I'm having nothing to do with that kid. You can't prove any different. That kid's temper's like a time bomb. I want nothing more to do with him or you.
A wrench from this dealership was used to strip the wheels from a Packard last night, Mr. Dewey. A couple of Hispanics were seen taking parts.
We've had a spate of thefts ourselves. Comes with the location. Thieving bastards to steal anything the minute your back is turned. Like I said, the workshop's too close to the street. It's difficult to keep an eye on it.
We'll be keeping an eye on you, Dewey, and spreading the word that you don't like to cooperate with the LAPD.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Gabriel Delgado.
Delgado. Last known address has him living with a common-law wife. 103 Hill Street, apartment 3.
We really ought to take more time over the Packard, Phelps. Let's head back to the empty lot.
Unser Auto ist hier drüben, ne? Lass gucken, dass die Fallwerfer scheiße ist. Vorher ist was im Haus.
Goddamn maniac! Look what you've done!
Well, now you've either got to stop or put your fucking foot down.
Ach, nur auf dem Neue. Wir gucken uns das mal von Neue an. Weil wir haben echt irgendwas gemacht. So ein Kennzeichen ist nicht vorhanden. Das ist schon mal richtig. Ein Rad fehlt. Ja.
Empty.
Zertifikat. Schreiben und Telefon zu tun. Und Vorgabe der Strafe. Irgendjemand reden, der hier wohnt? Den Typen hier zum Beispiel? Nee, ne? Hallo?
Okay, so we have the owner of the vehicle, a degenerate. I'll run John Madsen by R&I.
Okay. Können wir mit dem Typen mal kurz reden? Der liebe Herr?
I've done the right thing and answered all your questions. Now quit sweating on me and go get those boys.
Haben wir etwas vergessen? Aber es ist eine argentinische Flagge. Können wir mit dem reden?
You need anything, sir? You just holler.
Gibt es hier irgendwas? Kann man hier irgendwo anklopfen und fragen? Hier ist kein Mensch. Ja, okay.
You read this story in the Examiner about the Navy developing three-dimensional movies? What's a dimension? You know, like a graph. Vertical axis is Y and horizontal is X.
That's the guy. I heard he's a nice guy. Oh, there's an oxymoron for you.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you put me through to Michigan 2458, please?
Connecting you now. Hello, can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Can I speak to John Madsen, please?
He's at school, officer. What's this about? Is he in trouble?
How old is your boy, ma'am?
Just turned 16.
Wrong person, Mrs. Madsen. Sorry to disturb you.
Messages for me, please.
There's just one message for you, Detective. A four-door Packard, diplomatic license number Paul Robert 706, was reported missing this morning by Juan Francisco Valdez.
Could you have him brought in?
He's already here at Central, Detective. He's demanding an audience, as he calls it.
Thanks. Can you get a message to Captain Leary? Tell him we'll be in as soon as we can. Thanks for your help.
Aber ich würde sagen, das war's für heute. Ja, neu starten? Können wir das von neu starten? Was ist das? Ich habe Angst auszudrücken, muss ich wieder alles neu machen. Fall erneut starten. Ja. Wäre vielleicht ein bisschen besser. Wir machen diesen Fall aber nicht mehr jetzt, weil ich habe auch einen Termin später. Dann ist mir das fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Ich werde jetzt jeden Tag, auch morgen, jeden Tag werde ich was mir von meinem Weg gefallen. Ja, ich fühle den Fall gerade nicht so krank wie davor. Ja, weil ich was viel falsch gemacht habe.
Okay, we're gonna keep this short. I'm already late for the DA. First up, Phelps, Bukowski. We got a report of a brand new Packard abandoned in an empty lot off 2nd Street between Olive and Grand. DR is one Oswald Jacobs says the vehicle was dumped in his backyard. There's a patrolman on site. Get down there and see what you can turn up. Thank
you.
Better go earn our pathetic wages.
Rimsky, O'Halloran. Intelligence has information on a stolen car racket.
An abandoned vehicle. You catch all the good ones, huh, Phelps?
Sounds like there's more to it than that. Nobody dumps a shiny new Packard unless they borrowed it without asking.
You don't say. You're on fire today, Einstein.
Very funny.
Come on, my intense protege. Let's go save the world.
Ja, und so würde ich sagen, sehen wir uns im nächsten Livestream, im nächsten Video. Und bis dann. Tschüss, meine Lieben. Macht's gut und passt auf euch auf.